would like to point out that I did not win a lottery recently. I don't even take part in any lotteries, so there's no chance in winning them. I'd also like to point out that this is not my car. And quite funnily, it's not even an expensive car. This is a very fancy looking Mercedes SLK. It's from 1999, making it 18 years old, which is a completely uninteresting age for cars. It's not quite an old-timer or a classic yet, but it's too old to be bought by people who just want to use it on a daily basis, making it relatively cheap to buy. This one's my dad's car. He has this tendency of buying these old cars, usually along with me. I went and picked this one up with him as well. Most of the time they're really cheap, like a $300, euro, whatever, it doesn't matter anyway. Seat Marbella or a 250 euro Renault Twingo. But this time he was like, okay, I want something a bit more fun. And since he likes his Mercedeses and his Citroens for that matter, he was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get one of those SLKs now that they're dirt cheap. This is the 200, so it's not the compressor. It's also got a manual, which is quite rare with these cars, and I'm quite happy about it. I'm sorry to have put the microphone right next to the gear stick again, but it's the only place where it would sit properly and not be in the way or full or anything like that. So you will hear some clunking noises when I shift gears. So this car has done 226,000 kilometers. It actually cost 3,000 euros, and it's actually quite alright. I mean, it's not a perfect car. You can't expect a perfect SLK for 3,000 euros, but it's driving good, properly. It needs some wheel alignment. This window doesn't quite close, so I got it closed now. I'm going to leave it closed. Roof is fine. The car looks really good from the outside. It's got a little bit of a slight damage on the right front where they hit some sort of, I don't know, boulder or something. But other than that, it's a really tidy looking car. Except for, as you may be able to see, the interior. There's this coating on everything. It's like a beige coating, grayish beige, and it always disintegrates with all these cars. So there's all these black spots everywhere, and you can't see, but next to my knee there's a really big black spot. It's actually looking really bad. Now there's companies that fix that for you, and they're not even that expensive, so my dad is planning on doing that, but he's going to try something himself first, because you never know. The car has got virtually no rust, which is also quite rare for an SLK. So that was one of the main things we looked for when buying one of these. Technically, all that needs doing is the air conditioning doesn't work, and the ventilation's a bit wonky too. We have the feeling that it may have worked better at some point. And when you turn the AC on, it starts making a very interesting noise. Let's see if I can trigger it. There you go. So it has something wrong. There's a Volvo P1800, by the way. Very nice. This car, if I'm not mistaken, has 139 horsepower, which is not an extreme amount, but it gets to 100 kilometers an hour or 60 mph in under 10 seconds. I'll do a little acceleration. Here we go, flat to the floor. And that's the maximum speed already. Yesterday when we picked it up, the weather actually was nice, so we drove about 100 kilometers with the top down, and I don't think my hair has ever been such a mess, but it was fun. I apologize for the slightly weird view, by the way. There's no real rear windows on the side, and if I put the camera on what is sort of the rear window, you only see the headrest. So this was the best I could do right now. As for driving, the driving position is lovely. Actually, it's a brilliant place to be. I like the seats. They are a bit slippery because they're leather, but other than that, they are very comfortable. Quite hard, which I like. Steering is light, but not too light. It's got 4 proper tires, so it actually tracks quite well. I'm not going crazy yet. I did manage a slight drift on some sand yesterday, which was fun, but I prefer keeping this car in one piece. I really like the gearbox. It's got this really nice click to it with every gear you put it in. You can really feel what's going on in the gearbox. It's not one of those numb Japanese boxes. Same goes for the steering actually. It's one of the things everyone says about this car. Yes, it has power steering, but you can't really tell when you're up to speed because you can actually feel exactly what the front wheels want to do. I generally don't like power steering, but with this car they actually got it right. And it's a real cruiser. I mean, it just works perfectly on roads like these. This is where it's at home, and you can tell. It's a joy driving a car like this on these roads. The car is quite comfortable. It's obviously a sporty car, so suspension travel is a bit short. And it's got wide tires, low profile. But it definitely isn't in any way jerky or jumpy or annoying to drive over less smooth roads than this one. There are some rattles from the roof in corners. You can actually hear it move about a bit. You hear that? It's not a biggie, but could be better. We only picked up this car yesterday, so I haven't tried any cobblestones yet. I'm gonna find out in a minute. I'm curious how it's gonna handle that. There is a slight whine from the rear differential or the gearbox, which may be an expensive one, but probably just some sort of bearing. I only found that out today. By the way, it didn't do that yesterday. It's always the same, isn't it, with second-hand cars? They always hide something from you. This is cobblestones for ya. It's actually handling it really well. I mean, obviously the car is like jumping around a bit, but it's not in any way rough on you. It's actually quite nice. It's like a massage. Cobblestone test passed. The more I drive this car, the more I like it. I actually really like the engine. Everyone says you should get the compressor, but it's nippy. I mean, I don't know about you, but this is more than quick enough for me. It is a bit lazy though, you can tell. It was driven by an 18-year-old guy. His dad bought it for him because he didn't want him to have a car with rear seats, as he was the only guy in the group of friends with a driver's license. So that was like, you'll be abused all the time because you have a car, so don't buy a car with a rear seat. So he got this one, but he had to pay for his own petrol, so he kept it below 2,000 revs all the time, and you can tell. Something I don't like about this car is the acceleration pedal. I love that it's on the floor. It's actually really nice and comfy, but it's like nothing happens, and there it goes. And this is typical for Mercedes, actually. There's nothing wrong with it. This is just what they do, and I do not like it. And you get used to it, but it's still not my favorite thing in the world. It's a basic model. It's got, well, the roof obviously, which is brilliant. It's got electric mirrors. It's got central locking with a remote. It's got electric windows, and it's got air conditioning that doesn't work. And that's about it. Well, power steering obviously, and traction control. I suppose it's got ABS, I don't know. Haven't tried it yet. But it's got no computer telling you stuff about fuel economy. It's got no cruise control and stuff like that. I really don't care. It's a real driver's car. It does look like it's going to rain, but I am still going to open the roof for you guys, because I sort of have to, don't I? I'm first going to check if there's no groceries in the back of the car, because I don't want to ruin the roof on the second day we have this car, because I forgot that there's stuff in the back. So let me check this. Nope, all is well. Here we go. Let's open this roof. Oh yeah, I can't. The camera's on the window. Oh my god, I'm going to take it off because you obviously have to see this. Here we go. Just gonna put the camera here now. See if this works. Here's another wonky camera view for you. I can't do a better job actually. Okay, I'm gonna have a little drive with the roof down and then back up because it's actually not at all summery. Here we go, stereo. Funny enough, it actually drives differently with the roof down. You'd expect a roof like this to not have any rigidity, but it does apparently. It's a bit less stiff. I actually like it better this way, because I'm a weirdo. So yeah, that's the roof down, and it's quite cold and windy. I actually make shirts now saying, no, I'm not cold. I should have one of those, because I'm always in a t-shirt, in case you hadn't noticed. Summer, winter, I don't care. Let's find a place to park and put the roof back up. because that seems like the logical thing to do. And here we go again. There's actually an optional windscreen made out of glass you can put behind the front seats. Well, there's no rear seats, behind the seats, which we will get in the end. I adore the rear wheel drive, by the way. I always forget how much I love rear wheel drive cars until I drive one again. It just feels so pleasantly relaxed to steer with a rear wheel drive car because the front wheels only have to do the steering and nothing else. I really wonder what this camera view looks like. I can't even see it myself. We will when I'm home. What's also really cool about this car is the long nose you got in front of you. It actually looks way more sporty than it is. I'll actually take off the camera in a second and give you a final shot of that before we conclude this video. There's no way of mounting the camera there, so I'll just hold it for a moment. Look at that. That's cool stuff. It's actually quite nice. I like the orange lighting. Although I would prefer it to be black and not grayish. Let me demonstrate the horn. Typical Mercedes. So that concludes this video. This is the view from the driver's seat. This may actually be kind of a nice idea for future videos. I like the SLK. It's definitely not the best driving car I've ever been in, but it sure has a huge fun factor, and it just makes sense. It's a perfectly fine little roadster, and because of rust issues and the fact that they're actually not that desirable for some reason, people didn't like it that much because you had the MX-5 and the BMW Z3. It's actually probably going to be a future quite rare car. You don't even see them that much anymore, even though it's not that old. So let's see where this car takes us. Thank you for watching and have a lovely day. Bye bye.